Hi, ArcfieldWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Monday morning, August the 14th. We talked about the possibility of another round of heavy showers and strong to severe thunderstorms for the Mid-Atlantic region for the early part of this week. And indeed, there is an ongoing situation right now over the Tennessee Valley and much of the Ohio Valley, upper part of the Midwest, with some severe thunderstorm activity, and all that translates to the Mid-Atlantic region by the end of today and through the overnight hours and even into the day on Tuesday. A strong cool front will be crossing from northwest to southeast from the Great Lakes into the Mid-Atlantic region over the next 24 hours or so, and that follows the passage of a warm front later today that sets into motion a destabilization of the atmosphere in the Mid-Atlantic region. Again, the main threat time period looks like at the end of the day today, let's say 6 p.m., all the way through the night and even into the day on Tuesday. And I'm talking about for the D.C., Philadelphia, New York City areas and the rest of the Mid-Atlantic region. Let's start off here by looking at the latest radar loop from the College of DuPage weather website. First of all, we can see kind of a twirling motion here in the radar echoes. Indeed, there is an upper level low and a surface low right in this region over the upper part of the Midwest. That is one of the factors involved. A line of strong to severe thunderstorms right now crossing the Tennessee Valley, the middle Mississippi Valley, towards the east, northeast, and this whole area will start to fill up with some showers and thunderstorms by late in the afternoon, and certainly overnight tonight. I expect a widespread area of showers and thunderstorms in the Mid-Atlantic region. And certainly any shower late today and tonight, even into the day on Tuesday, can produce some heavy rainfall. Any thunderstorm can reach strong to severe levels with damaging wind gusts, certainly a risk. And again, we have another very active weather situation right now over the upper Midwest, Ohio Valley, Tennessee Valley, and all that shifts into the Mid-Atlantic region for tonight and Tuesday. Well, we'll walk through the Canadian forecast model from last night's zero-Z run, but before we get to that, let's take a look at the Storm Prediction Center and their severe weather probability outlook for today and tonight. And they have a slight risk all the way up through the Philadelphia metro region, southern part of New Jersey, encompassing the Delmarva Peninsula, D.C. area, and all the way back to the Tennessee Valley. I really can extend this back towards the middle Mississippi Valley for what's going on right now, and probably extend it a little bit farther to the north and east, up closer to the New York City metro region, in my opinion. Again, this is a pretty widespread area for the threat of some severe weather later today and tonight. Certainly damaging wind gusts is on the table, and an isolated tornado or two certainly cannot be ruled out in this particular region. Again, later today through the nighttime hours. Well, let's now walk through the Canadian forecast model from zero-Z last night, and we'll focus in on the severe weather threat from the Tennessee Valley all the way to the Mid-Atlantic region over the next 24 hours or so. Many factors are involved, and we started discussing this by the middle part of last week with a very strong upper level low crossing from northwest to southeast across the Great Lakes region, the upper part of the Midwest. And here it is as we begin the day here on Monday morning. What we're looking at are the forecast maps of 500 millibar height anomalies beginning here on Monday morning, August the 14th. And we'll see that just moves to the south and east. And here we go into the late night hours. This is around a 2 a.m. forecast map, and here is that upper level low, a very vigorous system for this time of the year. Anytime you have a cold pocket such as this in the middle of August, you can have volatile atmospheric condition with still strong sun, still impressive amounts of daytime heating. Combine that with cold air moving in aloft, and you can have an explosive environment with some severe weather activity. Now, let's move into Tuesday morning, and the cold front associated with this actually slides across the Mid-Atlantic region on Tuesday. So the threat for showers and thunderstorms will not only continue through the night tonight in the I-95 corridor region, but also on Tuesday, especially just to the south and east of I-95. DC, Philadelphia, and New York City, and especially, again, south and east of Philly and DC, there'll be a chance of more strong thunderstorm activity on Tuesday as that cold front finally slips on through. We'll go all the way into tomorrow night and then into the day on Wednesday, finally clears the coast, and it really looks like a relatively quiet period setting up for the second half of the week. Wednesday on, let's say, in DC, Philadelphia, New York City, as this system stays pretty much to the north. So again, basically a quiet second half of the week, but that follows could turn out to be yet another round of heavy showers and strong to severe thunderstorms from tonight into Tuesday. Here's another set of maps that points out another ingredient here. We have a strong vorticity maxima right now over the northern plains, and that's an area of rotation in the atmosphere. Really leads to a lot of upward motion out ahead of it, and we'll see this will move basically from west to east over the next 12 to 24 hours or so. A little bit of a spoke of vorticity here out ahead of the main area, and this is moving into the mid-Atlantic region late today, early tonight, enhancing upward motion right in this region here, and that is one of the reasons why we could have an outbreak as early as about 5 p.m., 6 p.m. in the I-95 corridor region. We go into the overnight hours, and that system still hangs to the west. And again, that surface cold front doesn't really slide across the Mid-Atlantic region until later Tuesday. So the threat for showers and thunderstorms will continue on Tuesday, again, especially closer to the coast. New York City, Philadelphia south and east, DC south and east on Tuesday. Here we are on Tuesday morning. Then we move into Tuesday night, and that whole system finally clears the coastline, setting us up for a pretty nice, relatively quiet second half of the week from Wednesday into the upcoming weekend. It certainly can get quite warm, maybe even hot by the time we get to, let's say, Sunday, with temperatures perhaps as high as 90 to 95 degrees in the I-95 corridor region on Sunday. Well, with last week's severe weather setup, we had multiple jet streaks at multiple layers of the atmosphere. And again, we have that kind of a situation here setting up for tonight and on Tuesday. Here we are beginning the day on on Monday morning, looking at the 250 millibar winds. This is way up in the upper part of the atmosphere. Very strong upper level jet streak. We'll move forward through the day here. And here we go, setting us up right in this region right here. You have upward motion when you're on this particular quadrant of an upper level jet streak, and this is the forecast map for early tonight, about 8 p.m. tonight. So expect upward motion right in this region. We also have a low level jet down at the 850 millibar level that will not only be enhancing upward motion in this area, but it'll really be adding a lot of humidity into the lower part of the atmosphere, and that in turn can result in some flooding type downpours later on tonight into the day on Tuesday. Well, now let's take a look at the 850 millibar temperature anomaly pattern, again using the Canadian model one from last night. Relatively normal conditions as we begin the day here on Monday, and definitely a cooler than normal air mass following that cool frontal system into the northern and central plains during the day today, and that drops kind of south and east. Here we are into the day on Tuesday, and again that cold front begins today still to the west of the I-95 corridor region on Tuesday, and it can result in some more shower and thunderstorm activity, especially along and east, south and east of I-95. Here we go into the late part of Tuesday into Tuesday night, and that frontal system clears the coast, setting us up for a pretty nice day on Wednesday. And then we'll just move forward rather quickly here through the end of the week. Here's Friday, and yet another cooler than normal air mass. Looks like it'll cross the Great Lakes into the northeast at the end of the work week. Following that, again, I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, we can get pretty hot, certainly over the upper part of the Midwest, the Ohio Valley by the time we get to Sunday, and even Sunday afternoon in the I-95 corridor region, DC, Philadelphia, New York City. Look for high temperatures, potentially up to the 90 to 95 degree range on Sunday afternoon. This is the forecast map for Sunday evening. We'll go out a little bit farther in time into the early part of next week. And once again, we have another cooler than normal air mass moving into the northeastern part of the country early next week, preventing any kind of a long or sustained heat wave in the mid-Atlantic or northeast part of the nation. Well, let's now wrap up with the surface forecast maps from the 0Z run of the Canadian model. Again, starting off today with some heavy downpours and severe weather out across the middle Mississippi Valley, the Tennessee Valley, and associated with the surface low and the upper level low over the northern plains, western Great Lakes, some heavy rainfall as well. All of the slides to the north and east, and expect an outbreak of showers and maybe embedded thunderstorms at the end of the day today, probably 5 or 6 p.m. D.C. first, and then Philadelphia, then overnight tonight into New York City. It'll probably be some widespread coverage of showers and thunderstorms by the time we get to the late evening, the midnight hour, the overnight hours, and certainly with this influx of high humidity later today into tonight, the precipitable water in the atmosphere will be quite high indeed, so that can result in some flooding type downpours anywhere in the mid-Atlantic region later on tonight into the day on Tuesday. Again, we're talking about D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, the possibility of some flash flooding, so be on the lookout for that. And of course, we also have that strong to severe thunderstorm threat as well. Damaging wind gusts, for example, are on the table, maybe even an isolated tornado or two. Then we get into the day on Tuesday, and still that surface low and its associated cold front to the west of the I-95 corridor region. So that'll set us up for potentially another round of showers and thunderstorms midday tomorrow into the afternoon hours, maybe even into the early evening hours, and especially along and south and east of I-95. So if you're south and east of D.C. or south and east of Philadelphia, for example, you have a better chance than the northern and western suburbs on Tuesday for that shower and potentially strong thunderstorm activity. In New York City, certainly the threat will continue into the day on Tuesday for some heavy downpours and strong thunderstorms as well. Then we get past that, moves off the coast, and we set up for much of the second half of the week, generally warm and dry conditions. There is a frontal system that will slide across the area by the time we get to Friday, keeping temperatures at pretty comfortable levels through Friday and into the upcoming weekend. But once that high pressure system pushes off the coast, we turn hot again, it looks like, by the time we get to Sunday. This is a Sunday morning forecast map, and expect high temperatures by Sunday afternoon, 90 to 95 degrees. D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, again, that high pushes off the coast by late in the day on Sunday. Then we have another cool front. Looks like by the time we get to a week from right now, early next week, this is the forecast map for midday next Monday, 21st of August, and here we go. Another nice Canadian high pressure dropping to the Great Lakes region, and that should usher in another comfortable air mass for the Mid-Atlantic Northeast U.S. early next week, preventing any kind of a sustained heat wave. Again, Sunday may be a hot day, but not an extended period of hot weather. So watch out. Anytime from, let's say, 5, 6 p.m. tonight, all the way through the night into the day on Tuesday for the threat of some heavy rainfall and some strong to severe thunderstorm activity throughout the Mid-Atlantic region. And earlier in the day, from right now through the afternoon hours, Tennessee Valley, Middle Mississippi Valley, Ohio Valley, watch out for some severe weather possibilities out in that part of the nation as well. That's it for now. For ArcfieldWeather.com, this has been meteorologist Paul Dorian.